cognizant of where the attention is and building experiments in that new medium of attention. I'll give you an example of this. So I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy. And if you actually look through the digital age of stand-up comedy, every single innovator in that space exploited, or the medium helped find them, and that's how they were able to become relevant. Let me give you a couple of examples. So Dane Cook, when MySpace came out,
the OG,
he promoted the hell on MySpace, and he was able to blow up through MySpace. When Napster and all its clothes came out, LimeWire, Russell Peters' specials got proliferated on Napster, and people around the world now discovered Russell Peters because of Napster. If you look at just social media in general, or email, that's how Kevin Hart blew up. If you look at YouTube, Bill Burr, he had a crazy rant, a Philadelphia rant that went crazy on YouTube. Bill Kreischer, super popular comedian, one of his stories, the Russian mafia story, blew up on Facebook. Joe Coy and Amy Wong, they were relatively unknown. Their specials went crazy on Netflix, and they're now household names. You look at, even in this era, Andrew Schultz, with his crowd work clips and podcasting, a new medium, blew up. And more recently, Matt Rife,
I love that.
Nimesh Patel, who've been in the game for a very long time in comedy, really exploited TikTok and found the advantage of using that algorithm, and now they're selling out theaters. So if you look throughout, just using stand-up comedy as example, all these people using digital, finding where the attention is, or the platform finds, and some people got lucky, but they find where the attention is and they exploit it.
Double down and kill it,
So my question is, what is the next medium? What is the next medium that a content creator can exploit in order to blow up? Like, is YouTube... like Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, are these all saturated? Podcasts, is it all saturated?
Might be LinkedIn next, to be honest.
Whoa!
Or there might be a new
LinkedIn.
platform. There might be a new platform coming out. The people are always working on things, but I follow Matt Rife. I'm going to his show. I'm actually a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
And his story's crazy. He started on Wild 'N Out, the Nick Cannon show. And he started blowing up. I follow him from the day one of TikTok. You start seeing him just blowing up. His content started getting better, but his crowd work's incredible.
Yeah. Well, and the advantage is that Matt Rife is, he's been in the game for a very long time.
Yes.
Like, he's been a comedian for like a decade, right?
People don't know that.
Right.
They just see him on TikTok, but he's seasoned. He's good.
Yeah.
He's really good. But that's a good question. But I feel like, LinkedIn might be a little bit untapped.
Wow.
You know why? I'm starting to see people, I'm sure you're on your pathway to do this, or maybe you have it already. Like, they're starting to pick top creators and give them certain perks and more viewership. One of my friends just got one in LA. He's like, now, I'm a top creator. I get paid by LinkedIn now. They put a badge on my profile and all this, and they boost my content.
Wow.
And it's interesting because, obviously LinkedIn is still like a very, I go on LinkedIn every day. I don't know if you do or some people don't, but I go there just to see what everyone's doing. So I think that's an untapped market.
Well, let me tell you about my story with LinkedIn. I believe that I have one of the best engaged LinkedIns on the planet. Okay. And the reason why that is because I have never exploited that channel. I've always given a lot of high quality content, and I always knew that my videos should be on LinkedIn. In fact, I used to email LinkedIn like every month, like 10 years ago. I'm like, when are you getting native video? I'm like, when are you getting native video? And the second that native video came out, I immediately started posting video on there. And I've been posting native video on native video means that it's not like I'm not linking to YouTube. Yeah. I'm not linking to another source, Facebook or anything. I'm actually putting the video organically into LinkedIn. I've been doing that playbook for the last, I want to say 6 years. And I've been posting every week for 6 years. Sometimes I'll miss a week, but for the most part, every week for 6 years. And it's changed my life. And even I'm getting brand deals. We just posted something.
Which looks sick, by the way, the hanger stuff.
Yeah, the hanger stuff. That's a brand deal with SAP Concur. And they wanted me to post it on LinkedIn because that's where the audience is, the business audience is. So I totally respect the platform. And to me, my views on LinkedIn, I treat one view on LinkedIn as 10,000 views on TikTok, as 5,000 views on YouTube, on 7,000 views on Instagram, because a LinkedIn view is the most valuable view in the world. Why? Because the people that are on LinkedIn have money. They're in business.
They're real people.
They're looking at a professional network.
Yeah.
And they're not doing it for, some of them are looking at LinkedIn for entertainment. I mean, it is a platform that you look for entertainment, but for the most part, it's at a high quality audience.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a really high, quality view. And I'm not just gassing it up because I'm posting on.
Yeah, no, of course not. It's true.
On LinkedIn, but it is a super valuable platform.
Yeah, I totally agree. I like how you're not like watering it down, but like, just like you said, you're not promoting anything. It's just like you're just putting the content out and that's it. And I started finding like I've been putting out more content, but it's not video content, just like text and stuff. And it's starting to do really well. I'm getting more connections, more people are reaching out. And I only started tapping LinkedIn as of this year. So I actually wish I had started earlier.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm now learning and starting to see the power.
So let me give you the tip. Let me give you some tricks. Please. As the OG LinkedIn creator, video creator. And by the way, what I'm super excited about is that LinkedIn becomes TikTok in a way where the algorithm will sort of feed you in terms of what's interesting or whatever. Let me give you the tips for LinkedIn. Number one, you have to understand the psychology of somebody on LinkedIn. Somebody that is watching something on LinkedIn, it's a very different behavior than Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. It's a very different behavior. You see, LinkedIn is a giant social signaling experiment. If you think about it, the basis of LinkedIn is actually a signaling exercise. When you go on someone's profile, it's their job history, it's their bio. Everyone is peacocking on LinkedIn, right? So it's a very high status sort of platform. And so any content that is posted on LinkedIn, as a creator, you have to be cognizant to say, other people will see that I liked or comment on this, right?
Yep.
So in a professional setting, if you are liking or commenting on a video, you have to assume that other people are going to see that too, right? So the reason why I love posting high quality content that looks good and feels good is because when they comment or they share one of my posts, they are signaling to their network, I fuck with this.
Yeah.
And they are associating themselves with my content. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
The psychology around that?
Yeah.
It's different than TikTok where you can like and comment. Nobody can see that stuff.
It's just gone.
On Instagram, not really. You can't. There's no feed like that, right? But on LinkedIn, you can see what people are commenting and liking. And that is important because somebody's not going to they're not going to like something that's, oh, I'm eating my breakfast. They're not going to like that because they want to signal to their network, this is what I'm interested in.
Yeah, and you should be too. No, I get that. That's actually a really good point about LinkedIn. It's just like seeing what someone else liked or commented or shared. Because every day I see that. That's probably the only tip you need, maybe.
Yeah, that's the only tip you need. Yeah, and that's why you will see like really interesting pieces of content that may not get the views or the comments because people don't want to show other people that they like or they like or comment on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's also an interesting part. The psychology of that is interesting as well.
Yeah. So that's why I love posting my videos on there because A, it's high quality. A, it's probably in front of an audience. So there's already authority there. Mm-hmm. I'm usually on a stage somewhere. But then also, here's another, I'm going down a rabbit hole on this. So like, I'll give you another psychological experiment that I knew that would work well. So I had another brand deal with Walmart. And when I was working with Walmart, I told them I need to wear the vest in these videos.
Yeah.
I need to wear the Walmart vest for these videos because you see on LinkedIn, in a very high status environment that LinkedIn is, by posting a video where I'm not going to say wearing a vest is low status, but like people know me on LinkedIn for having status.
Right.
So when I appear in a video in a Walmart outfit, it actually, it's a shock. And actually wearing a Walmart vest in a high status environment is actually the most high status thing that you could do. Do you know what I mean?
I like that,
Because you're not flexing.
Yeah.
Right?
Not at all.
Actually, putting on the vest is like it's like to give you an example, it's like Kim Kardashian showing up to the Met with sweats on.
Yeah.
It's actually a high status move because you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
you already know she's high status and she's coming to the Met with
Sweats.
what? Anyways, I'm
like
just
it.
fascinated in the status. That's the most dangerous. That's the most dangerous idea. So.